today. Please share it with your friends. Please share this video. Go back and watch other videos. We love what we do. We love to share it with you. So please share it with others. All right. Kath, please introduce our guest.
Thank you, Nick. This is wonderful. Well, I just want to straight away introduce you to the lovely Anna Jinja. Okay. Are we not mathering anymore?
Oh, we are. Let's just leave it on. That's fine.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Let's take two.
Take two. Let's start again. I want to introduce you to my lovely, lovely friend, Anna Jinja Mather. And she's joining us from Iowa. Hello, Anna.
Yes. Hello from the heartland.
Oh, and I love that.
Yes, and I was going to read a whole thing, but about Anna and the wonderful things she does. But my head is in a bit of a crazy space because I had a difficult day yesterday, which doesn't need to go on the podcast. But the show must go on, right?
Yes.
That's the theme of my life these days. The show must go on.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
That's our theme.
Tell us about the different hats you wear.
Yeah, so many hats. So
Exactly.
I am a podcast host of the Anna Jinja Show. So I feature adoption and foster care stories, match those to musicians and poets. The musician or the poet will learn about the person's story and either write or select a song or poem inspired by the guest story.
Wow.
Because those creative interchanges really help us be able to create true transformation and conversations that think that, oh, I don't have anything in common with someone that is an adoptee or in the foster care system. So oftentimes the musician or the poet will say, well, I don't have any connection to adoption or foster care, but I'll ask, well, have you ever felt like you don't belong? Have you worried about, do I fit in? Do I matter? Do I belong? And those are universal themes that connect us all together. And so those conversations are about figuring out how do we take our differences, the things that make us unique, and create works of art to be able to have conversations that are meaningful and impactful.
That's just one hat. And
Yes.
I've already said to Anna, please, when you need somebody or want somebody, I would love to be a part.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I think Nick might even say, actually, I wouldn't mind either, but I'm not going to speak for Nick.
I would always be willing. Absolutely, that sounds amazing. I can't wait to go check it out. I'm excited to see that. That's a cool collaboration. I'm always about collaboration.
Oh, me too. Well, I would love for both of you to be the featured artist. I think that there's so many guests where I'm trying to figure out how to match the perfect guest, and usually it just all works out. So I love that. So that's one hat definitely that is my number one passion project, number one. And then number two, which Cath knows because I wrote a novel called titled Adopting Grace, and that was a journey of me really processing my adoption story that is rooted in Iowa. And so I spent most of my mornings writing Adopting Grace in England. And then I always felt hesitant calling myself a writer. It was always challenging for me. And I always felt like I wasn't good enough for a number of reasons. And then I had an encounter with this lovely woman that we all know named Claire Steele, who really helped me guide me through the writing process to be able to gain that confidence and to be able to really embrace my story, to be able to say, even if it's one person that reads my story and feels connected, that they're not alone, that's an important endeavor. And so I always have a special place in my heart for Claire because that connected me to Cath in the Constellations writing group where, again, I was in Iowa when I came back after my breakup, back to Iowa to figure out what went wrong. I came home. And so the writing group, I think, started at, I can't remember, but I had to get up at 4 a.m. in Iowa.
There
I
you
would
go.
go to bed, roll out of bed, and then join the writers group and be able to like wake up after an hour pretty much and then start to engage. But it was such a meaningful experience to be able to do that. And I'm back in Iowa right now. My dad passed away a couple of weeks ago. And so I'm returned home to be able to honor my dad's life and to be able to be in the place that I grew up and really process that grief here with my stepmom and family.
Oh, wow. Where in Iowa are you? Like, what area are you in?
Well, I'm in Indianola, Iowa, and Indianola, Iowa has this wonderful square, and there's a place called that we used to get. I'm trying to draw a blank. The Green River drink and the cherry cokes. There's an old fashioned soda place,
Oh, wow.
and so it's nice coming back home just to be able to reconnect to those memories of my dad, who he was, grieving the person that he was, the person I wish he was, and then reconciling all that to be able to properly honor who my dad was, all the pieces of who he was, not just because lots of times when people you tell people your dad passed, oh, he's such a great man, good man. And
Mm.
my dad is a good man, was a good man, and also he was a complicated um man trying to figure out his own way in this world. And so it's always hard saying goodbye to a parent. I've never had this experience, but it's something that I plan on reading Claire's book, her processing her grief about her dad, in her amazing book, a beautiful book of artwork and stories that connect to grief. So all that writing and that collaboration of being able to like heal through my adoption story with
Through
adoption grace.
writing.
Yeah, and my grief with my dad. I started Substack into writing essays about losing my dad because
Mm.
I think it's the only way I know how to get through it.
Yeah,
I
because
love
the
that.
writing, the exercise of writing slows us down
Yeah.
to a point where we can organize our thoughts, we can think about what happened in a different way, because otherwise everything ping pongs so fast in our mind that
Yeah.
it's like it goes nuts, bonkers.
It does go bonkers.
It's like it's a I love that writing gives us time for reflection too. Like I mean, you like I was telling Kath when she was writing her memoir, she's still working on it. That this gives you time to really kind of dwell and like kind of have a different perspective, and actually like give yourself like some permission to um, honor that little girl or that that child that didn't understand, or like it's such a great way to like kind of walk yourself through your own
Hmm.
life journey. And
Indeed.
I don't know anything other than songwriting. I can't really think of anything else that really gives you that that ability. So it's beautiful. But as far as it being imposter syndrome, and we all go through that. I think every writer goes through that. I mean, I applaud you for working through it. Confidence is like the gem of all writers. Like once you tap into that confidence, that's what makes you a true artist. But you've always been a writer. I think everyone can be a
Yeah.
writer.
Writing is a solitary activity, right? So I would write in the morning
Mm.
from 5 to 7 in the morning, cup of coffee, very quiet time. But then the connection with constellations in that group is to be able to connect to community to say, you get the constructive feedback to be able to help make it better, but then you also get that support and love just for the creative act of being able to say, wow, you are courageous, and being able to tell your story, to do a memoir of like reflecting back on who you are and who you're becoming. That's such a courageous act and a gift to be able to share with others.
Yeah. Talking
Absolutely.
about courage, Anna, um, I want to suggest something, if you don't mind. But from my experience from losing my dad, and I lost my dad in the middle of caring for my mum with Alzheimer's, so there was precious little time to do any kind of reflecting or grieving or anything. Um, Journal, even if it's half a page, the day you're really, really sad or really angry, write down those feelings, even if they don't make sense. Just write those down for later. It'll come back, maybe in a week, a month, or a year. You just don't know. I'm going back in my journals. I have dozens of them, and finding things where I just was able to release it, allow, like Nic said, give yourself permission.
Yeah.
Yes.
I find that the more you can empty on a page, the less it lives inside of you. And so, that's a good way of working
Mm.
through, what needs to happen. Because everyone always talks about working through things, but they never give you the tools and understanding of how to actually do that. Like, how do you apply that? Like, what's the application?
Mm.
And I
You
really
know,
think that emptying your brain on the page really helps with that
yeah,
for
even if
sure.
you do, even if you do the sentence starters, just say, okay, today I'm just going to sit down for 15 minutes and I'm going to answer this or fill in for this sentence without even thinking. I never imagined my dad would,
Mm.
and just
Yes.
do that. How many times doesn't matter. Just start again. I never thought my dad would. I never thought my dad would. I found out dad did. And those sorts of things just open up all sorts of things. But that's your second hat,
Yeah.
your
Yes.
book.
Well, I just want to say with that, I think that those prompts are helpful, and then just like starting with a prompt and then just writing free flow
Oh
and
yeah.
just not judging, right, sort of thing. I
Yeah.
think that's been helpful for me. Just the last Substack post that I did, I just wrote, and then I forgot to go back and ask permission because there were 3 pieces that were tied to other people's connection to my
Mm,
dad, but I just needed to get it out. I needed to be able to
mm.
like you said, release it onto the paper and just, and I can come back and look at it and just be able to say, so what was I feeling in this moment? What happened that triggered that memory or that feeling? It's hard to give yourself that permission because you're trying to like do your list of things to do. I've got to do this. I've got to get this done. And
Yeah.
so it's giving yourself permission to do that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I think that there's also like this amazing like revelations that happen when you do that, because not only you're being vulnerable, but like with your group you have validation. So like the vulnerability being validated, I think is just probably the most precious thing you possibly could have for yourself.
Mm.
And I just think that like that's such a cherished gift that a lot of writers don't get. I mean, a lot of writers are, like you said, it is a solitary act, and so I think that they keep it so close to their chest. Being willing to share raw pages is, I mean, that's bravery for sure. I applaud you for that. That's amazing. But so Kath was saying that you also have other hats. So what? So that those were two. What's number three?
The third one is my job that pays the bills.
Oh yeah, we all
Yeah,
have those.
and it's an important job. And as I think about, um, whenever something major happens in your life that disrupts everything, and you have to examine it with the passing of a parent or a breakup or whatever kind of thing, and looking at all the hats that I wear, and then what does it mean when I get to the end of my life? My dad slipped away in the morning, which I'm so glad that it was a peaceful passing. And I think about, I can't help but think, so when I get to that point in those last days, what is it that I want? And what hat's the most important? What
Ah.
are the ways that I wore my hat? What are the ways that I thrown the hat on the ground and stomped on it?
Mm.
And just to be able to like think about, okay, as I step into each of these hats, what am I giving that I can go quietly in the night, hopefully.
Yeah, I love that. So what if you're not wearing a hat? What happens? If you're not wearing a hat at all, what does that look like for you?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think with doing the podcast of like learning of doing, I think I've done over 250 episodes now.
Wow.
And
Fantastic.
yeah, and all of that has to do with thinking about like how do you pick yourself? How do you choose yourself? And then sometimes when you put on the hat, it's performative where, oh, I'm this person, so I'm gonna act this way, do this so that way I get praise. Or now I'm putting on this hat because I feel cool and people are gonna like me because I'm gonna go to the club and like move around kind of thing and do my thing. And other times I'll wear a hat that just doesn't fit. It's not me, but I'm forced to wear it because, I have to pay the bills or this or that kind of thing. And so when you take off all those hats, who is Anna? And looking at like, what are the things that I like? What are the things I don't like? Um, what is it that makes me me?
Mm.
And the end of like when I think about the obituary, my dad asked me to help him write his obituary in those last months to revise what he had written. And I had to
Oh.
think and edit that to be able to like capture what is it that I want people to know? What does he want people to know? When they read that and what they want to remember. And so when there's that exercise I think that high school teachers have their English students do is write their obituary to think about what is the path for you to become the person that you're meant to be. And so I think that those removing those hats and when it's no disguise, no things to cover up who I am, that raw who is Anna and being able to love that person and be able to I talked about in the beginning about loving my dad, who he was, who I wish that he was, all that gap between. Same goes for me. There are many things that I hope to become that I just fall short of. And so I think in that writing process and that creating community through writing and having that courage is the way to be able to like really strip away those things that are just ways to protect yourself from being rejected to being able to like really truly accept who you are.
Oh wow, I love that. I have a great saying that I always love and I lean on a lot is that we're not human doings, we're human beings.
Oh my God, my dad used to say that all the time to me.
No way. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Okay.
Yes. Oh my gosh, because I'm always doing
I
stuff
just
and
got
he would just say
goosebumps
that.
just now.
Yes. Oh my gosh, he would say that all the time, Nic.
Oh wow. Well,
Yeah.
I really truly believe that. And I think the more we can become beings rather than doings, I think that's like where the actual like magic of life lives. And so I just, oh my God, I'm going to tear up because I didn't know that that was going to come out of me. I felt compelled to say that. So.
Yeah.
Oh
Such
my gosh.
magical connections.
Yes, yes, they really are. They really, really are. And we've done the thing again. We've come
We
to
run
the
out
end.
of time.
Yeah. Do you want
Oh
to
my
do you want
gosh.
to jump on the rapid fire questions?
Yes. So Anna, we have rapid fire questions. Thank you so much for your time and for being vulnerable. And oh my gosh, this was a magical space, and I feel very honored to have been here. Okay, so rapid fire. They're one word answers, or if you want to pass, you're welcome to pass.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, I'm ready.
Where is your favorite place to write?
In the morning with the sunrise coming in the background and my desk and my dog next to me and a cup of coffee.
Oh wow. Okay, that is awesome.
Yes.
And pencil, pen, or computer?
Oh, I love a pencil first.
Oh, a pencil.
I love pencils.
I love that. A sharp pencil, nothing better.
Yes.
Do you write every day, most days, or sporadically?
Okay, so what do you mean? Yes, I have to write every day.
Every
Whether
day.
that's for work, but if you're talking about like the creative as a author, writer, I would say sporadically.
Okay, great. If you were an ice cream, what flavor would you be?
Ooh, cherry chocolate chip.
Oh, I love it. So specific. Rainy or sunny?
Oh gosh. Okay, I'll say sunny.
Okay.
You
Depends
can
on
do
what
both.
season.
I can do both because I mean I do love both.
There you
Yes.
go.
Yes.
They both serve a purpose.
Yes.
Beach or mountains?
Mountains.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Okay, and if you had to choose an avatar, what would that be to represent you?
That's a good question. So I think a hummingbird.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, last question. If you could have coffee with someone from your personal past or historical past, who would that be?
Someone in my life or just like anybody?
Anybody, personal or historical, anyone you want to have coffee with.
I would love to have coffee with Clara Barton, the founder of the Red Cross.
Oh my gosh, what a good answer. That would be an amazing coffee.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I have so many questions for her.
So many questions for her. She's incredible. Oh my gosh, so much to do. Oh, that's incredible. All right, Anna, this has been such a wonderful, wonderful meeting. I feel very honored to have met you, and I can't wait to jump on your podcast and see what it's like and explore it. And Cath, please take us away.
Oh, Anna, thank you so much. Just like we also have so many questions. Yes, big, 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 big heart because
I was doing prayer hands.
You are just so delightful. Do you see my Zoom is magical?
Aww.
And we wish you all the best with your book. prayers for your, settling everything for your dad. Is there a
Yes.
date
you.
yet for the funeral?
My dad didn't want a funeral, but we'll
Okay.
spread his ashes at the farm this Sunday. So thank you.
Oh, well,
Oh,
prayers for that. We'll put you in our God boxes.
Oh,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And so thank you very much, everyone, for being here. And for sure, we'll have Anna back on again because we only got to 3 hats, and I know there's more. I know there's so much more of Anna that I want to know about and that you want to know about. And, thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much.